Hi, my name is Diane Michaels. I'm a harpist who has used music notation software to write compositions and arrangements for over 20 years. Today, I'm going to demonstrate from a harpist perspective the different ways you can input pedal diagrams and pedal changes into a score using Dorico 5 Pro. Frustrated after my first attempt to enter pedals into a score, I reached the conclusion that the program, its user manual, and various tutorials on the harp pedaling function were written from a composer's point of view, while I was coming at it from a harpist point of view. It took several self-guided experiments on a score before the harp pedaling function won me over. I'm sharing my discoveries in this tutorial in hopes of making Dorico's harp pedaling easier for you to understand. From a practical standpoint as a harpist, if my pedal setting at the beginning of a piece is the same as the key signature, I don't notate a pedal diagram. Rather, I jump right in with my first pedal marking. But, as I discovered, the program's harp pedaling functionality doesn't work the way I want it to unless I first create a pedal diagram. One hint that the developers were thinking about harp pedaling, albeit from a composer's perspective, is that in a harp part, before you enter a pedal diagram, it will display all notes that are not natural in red. Once you've indicated the pedal settings, the notes corresponding to the diagram will turn black. For composers, whether your motive is to tidy up the score a bit, notate the pedal settings at the start of a passage, or to indicate the notes within a gliss, your foray into marking the pedals may go no further than adding in a helpful pedal diagram or two. I've found 3 different methods in Dorico for doing this. For a composer who isn't familiar with the order of pedals and wants to use the program's automatic feature, choose the point where you want to add the pedal diagram, go to the top menu on your screen, click on Write, and in the drop-down menu, select Calculate Harp Pedals. This will enter in a box with the letter names of pedal settings corresponding to the key. To change the appearance of the pedal settings, whether you want to eliminate the box or to turn it into a pedal diagram, use the Properties panel at the bottom of the screen to make individual stylistic choices. Once you've inserted the pedal settings into the score, you'll notice that all the B's, E's, and A's have turned from red to black, and the B naturals on the lower line are now in red. This indicates where the harpist will need to move a pedal to play the accidentals. I'd recommend that non-harp playing composers leave notating individual pedal changes to the harpist. We each have our favorite way to mark pedals, and we make choices as to when to move the pedals based on numerous subjective factors. The following information is for harpists who are using the program to mark the individual pedal changes. Click on the note where you'd like to indicate the pedal change, and then go back to the top menu to choose Calculate Harp Pedals from the right drop-down menu. Use the Properties panel at the bottom to customize it, delete the box, or to move the pedal change to the middle of the staves if that's your preference. Dorico offers 2 manual options for creating pedal diagrams and notating pedal changes using playing techniques. Both require familiarity with the pedal names, position, and their order from left to right. In Write mode, click the spot where you want to insert a pedal diagram and go to the right side of the screen to select Playing Techniques. Just to the left, a list of several categories appears. The Harp Pedals category is at the bottom of the list. Open up its menu, and the program will display a customizable pedal diagram. For the key of E flat, I'll slide the B's, E's, and A's to the flat position, hit Create, and the letter names for the pedal settings appear as they did with the auto function. Check the Appearance option in the Properties panel menu at the bottom of the screen, and it automatically shifts the letters into a pedal diagram. Now that you have a pedal diagram in the score, Dorico will allow you to add the individual pedal changes similarly to the auto feature. However, using this manual option, you'll need to define the exact pedal settings that will be in play after the pedal has been changed. For example, since a harpist will need to move the B pedal from the flat to natural position on this beat, I would enter in a pedal diagram with the E's and A's still in the flat position and keep the other notes, including the B, natural. A situation where using this option instead of the auto function for entering pedal changes is where you want to notate a pedal change for a note whose accidental occurs on a different beat. Let's say in this measure, in addition to needing to move my B natural to flat, I want to preset the G pedal to sharp. I can alter the pedal diagram here to include the G sharp. Notice that Dorico entered the G above the B pedal. Harpists commonly mark pedals they move with their right foot above the left foot pedals. The other way to enter pedal diagrams and changes manually is to use the shortcut for playing techniques, Shift-P, instead of the panels on the right. You'll see that when you use the shortcut, it generates a pop-up. Enter all 7 pedal names as uppercase letters from left to right, using a lowercase b for flat, the pound sign for sharp, and nothing if the note is natural. Click on the score, and you'll have the familiar box of letters. Change them into a pedal diagram using the Properties panel at the bottom. Another option is to type symbols instead of letters, using a hyphen for natural, a caret for flat, or a lowercase v for sharp. Either version can be done with or without inserting the pipe vertical line character between the B and E pedals. Once you've entered a pedal diagram or setting, you can notate each individual pedal change by typing Shift-P and filling in the pop-up box with a new pedal diagram. The fourth way to enter in pedal markings is using text. One reason to choose text over the other methods is that in a piece where the harpist is tap dancing their way around the pedals for measures on end, creating a pedal diagram for each pedal change is laborious. The cool thing is that by identifying the text you type as a pedal marking, Dorico will read it the same way it reads the markings you input using the other methods, and all 4 methods can be used throughout a single score. So, identifying text as a pedal marking requires a couple of steps. The first is to tell the program that you want to use Engraver Text T or whatever your preferred font is anytime you input a pedal change. To do this, go to the top menu in either the write or engrave mode, and in Library choose Paragraph Styles, Harp Pedal Settings, and then your preferred text. If it's not already selected, choose None for the parent. Now your document will always use this font when you enter in a pedal marking, so long as you tell the program that you are making a pedal marking. Let me show you what I mean. In write mode, use the shortcut Shift-X to enter in text. In addition to giving you a flashing cursor for entering text, you also receive a pop-up. In this box, choose the option for harp pedaling. Now you can enter in a capital letter for each pedal change you want to notate. Indicate flat with a lowercase f, natural with a lowercase n, and sharp with a lowercase s. You can choose where to show the pedal change, in the middle of the staff or below, by using the Properties panel at the bottom of the screen. Regardless of which method you used to notate pedal diagrams and changes, you can move them to an exact position in the engraver mode. Click on the marking and drag it to where you'd like it to live. Thank you so much for watching my tutorial on how to use Dorico to enter pedal diagrams and changes. Happy notating!